Hi, I'm Christine Dunbar with SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, I'll talk about how to improve your American accent by thinking in English. Want to sound American? You can do it. SpeechModification.com. Let's talk about thinking in English and why it will help you improve your American accent. First of all, take a minute to think about how you typically think. Are you more of a conceptual thinker with images and visual information? Or do you typically think in words and sentences? Next, do you typically think in your native language, in English, or in a mix of the two? In order to benefit from thinking in English, it's not necessary to entirely change how you think. That would be too difficult anyway. But what you can do is implement some intentional sentence-based thinking in English. Here's how. When you're thinking about something, narrate your thoughts in your head using full sentences in English. For example, let's say I'm thinking about what to cook for dinner. I can verbalize my thoughts inside my head. It might sound a bit like this. What should I make for dinner? Well, I have some red peppers and mushrooms that I need to use up. I could make spaghetti. No, we just had ravioli 2 nights ago. I don't want to have pasta again. I know, I'll make some lentil soup. I can serve it with spicy peppers and yogurt. Okay, what did I do there? Well, normally I could decide what to make for dinner without narrating the thinking process in my head. I might just be visualizing what's in the refrigerator, mentally reviewing and eliminating choices, and making the decision with no words or a mix of images and words. That would be the fastest and most efficient way for me to do the task. But instead, I controlled my thoughts and formed them into sentences, as though I were speaking them out loud. I used full, grammatically correct sentences. I could even hear them in my head as though I were saying them. You might be wondering how this can help your accent when you're not even speaking. Here's why it helps. When you speak, your brain has to think of what to say, recall the vocabulary, put together the correct grammar, and then signal the muscle movements to execute the speaking task. If you think in your native language, then you also add the task of translating into English, both for vocabulary and for how the sentence goes together. So if you've spent time practicing thinking sentences in English, you'll eliminate a big part of the brain process, freeing up more space for awareness of your accent. Secondly, when you're rehearsing English in your head, you can apply what you know about pronunciation practice. You might begin to notice sounds in words you've been practicing, and accent patterns. You can create a voice inside your head, which is your voice but with an American accent. When it comes to language and accents, our brains are sometimes aware of patterns on a level we aren't consciously aware of. Thinking aloud in your head and creating your American accent in your voice, in your thoughts, will help you tap into some of these elements. That can increase your success when you speak aloud because you've had a sneak preview of your own success. To make the most out of this practice, start small. Choose a time to try the practice of thinking in English sentences. A good time might be when you're driving to work, or going grocery shopping, or cooking dinner. You can begin with something as simple as narrating what you're doing or seeing. For example, when driving, I might think these sentences. I see the light is yellow ahead. The car in front of me is slowing down. I'm not going to make this light. I need to slow down too. While you're shopping, you could think in sentences. I'm in the produce department. Where's my list? Do we need more bananas? I need to put the lettuce in a bag. It's very wet. Maybe I won't get the pears. They aren't ripe. At first, it might be difficult, but with practice, thinking in English will become easier and more natural.